Hey guys, Benny Adams here with Hollywood Junket, and I'm so excited today. I'm so excited today because I'm talking to two choreographers. They are behind this amazing show that's premiering this Monday called The Big Leap, this coming Monday. It's an amazing show, so we're going to talk to Comfort Fedoke, Christopher Scott. You guys might know them from So You Think You Can Dance. Hey, what's
Hey,
up? How's it going, guys?
good. How you doing?
How are you? How
Hey,
are you?
yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Oh man, thanks
Woo
for having
woo.
us.
For having us.
Go.
Yeah, so I just want to get right into this show because I saw the first episode, The Big Leap. It is such an amazing show. I love the message behind it. So congratulations. I know you both are choreographing the show. Comfort, I know you're on the show as well. So I just want to say a big congratulations because it's
Thank,
amazing. It's so good.
thank you so much.
And so I know you guys are filming in Chicago. What's it like in Chicago right now?
I actually really like Chicago.
Me too. It's a beautiful city.
Beautiful
People,
city.
beautiful culture. Food. The food out here is crazy. And I used to always say LA has like the best food over everybody. I might be wrong. Don't tell anybody.
Okay, Chicago got a lot of culture out here too. So you just find all these different pockets of food. I'll be like, ooh.
That Chicago pizza, that deep dish. So I wanna get into this show. So I want to ask you guys, did you have any input when it came to the audition scenes? You know, because I know you guys have the real life experience from So You Think You Can Dance. So did you guys have input on the show when it came to the audition scenes?
I mean, this whole project is really one of those kind of like surreal. Like it almost feels like a dream because Liz Heldon's the creator of the show, and
Hmm.
directed the pilot and is our executive producer. Like from the very beginning, from the first meeting I went into with them, it was like there was like a synergy. There was like this this collaboration vibe that they set from the very beginning. Sometimes we come into these shows and it really is. It's like, oh, we'll write the script. You guys just do the dancing. But they were so open to like collaborating and like they just wanted to know. Like they kind of treated us like an outlet for them, which was amazing. But sometimes I'm sitting there going like, we're like we've kind of done this stuff in the dance world. If you want to like talk about it or whatever, and sometimes we get yes, and sometimes they're like, oh, it's cool, we'll figure it out. But this was like the occasion, just the best version of what it could be because it's just been so fun. It's literally been like, Liz, the creator will like text us like, hey, question, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
and like so fun. It's literally like camp, like we're all at like the Big Leap camp making this really project, together.
Yeah, there is so much talent on this show. It's amazing, and I want to talk more about the talent because
Mhm.
that bowling alley scene, that
Woo.
scene, episode one,
Raven.
that was the scene that got me. I was like, oh my gosh, when you're watching a show, whether it's like a medical drama or a drama about police officers or firefighters and they're doing something really cool and you're like, man, I wish I could do that. At that moment, I was like, man, I want to be a dancer right now. It was so cool. I want to know what was the most challenging part about that dance routine and what was the most fun part?
I mean, I think the most challenging part was creating it in a dance studio because you essentially you just want to create it at the bowling alley, but we didn't have access.
You had to
Um,
tape it like a bowling alley. Yeah.
we had to tape everything out like a bowling alley. We had to like props was giving us like bringing us like a couple bowling balls here and there, some pins, couple pins, and we would just
Yeah.
kind of pretend, which was challenging. But we I think the fun part about it was Raymond Cham Jr. AKA B Boy Prodigy. Like we go back. I've known him since he was 8 years old. So creating a number like that with him and having Comfort there and Lance and Danielle, like having this team of people, and George was there. Having this team, um, and like, again, it was like camp. It was like back at camp. Like, we're just creating this fun because like we're like vibing out. We're like collaborating. Like Raymond's like, I know his moves because I've known him since he was 8 years old. So it's like, you know, so some of those moves that you know, those are like signature moves of his. Like this one where he like slides back on his forearms and stuff.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Like, you know, you can't create that movement as a choreographer. That's him. That's
Yeah.
you know. So
It was brilliant. It was so brilliant. I loved it. And I want to talk more about the show. So, Comfort, I know you're on the show. Will we see any other guest appearances from dancers that were on So You Think You Can Dance?
Well, as of right now, no, and maybe we will. Who knows? We're still in creation at the moment. But honestly, it's been just such a pleasure and a blessing to be a part of the show as a choreographer and then eventually as a cast member, because I didn't honestly see it coming when I first joined the team. And so I'm just so thankful for Christopher and Liz Heldens, who's just amazing, and Jason for just like trusting the fact of me behind camera and on camera at the same time as shooting. It's been a journey in itself, I must say. I'm a new multitask in my arsenal now.
I bet it's definitely been a journey. And so a lot of people, they have been comparing this show to one of my favorite shows of all time, Glee. What do you think about that? Because Glee is huge. Glee is iconic. So what are your thoughts about your show being compared to such an iconic show?
I mean,
what do
you think?
I have no words.
I'm really excited about because I kind of if I was just as a fan of Glee and a fan of the show, you know, from even just the day I read the script, I felt like that personally. I was like, this reminds me of Glee. And actually, I was a dancer in the pilot of Glee. I was in Vocal Adrenaline, dancing my ass off, like going. I mean, that was like no joke. You know, so for me, it was like it was so cool to like, you know, like get this opportunity, and because it reminded me of that, you know. And then Harry Shum Jr. from Glee was like my original choreography partner. We started my choreography career together with LXD. So there's like all these little tie-ins, you know, and just it's just so it feels like, I don't know, I feel like kind of honored that people are saying that stuff, you know, because it was such an iconic show, and we have these little like tie-ins with it that make it.
Yeah, I loved it, and it definitely reminded me of Glee, which was an amazing thing. Are there going to be any kind of satire, comical scenes making fun of, you know, competition shows in this show?
Probably not making fun of, but it has its connection. It already feels like being on So You Think You Can Dance, if I'm gonna be honest. Like there's like moments where, you know, you're sitting at the table and like you see all these different dancers coming on and they're like next, and you're like people who are either just like really believe that they got these moves and they are gonna make it on the show and it's just not quite right. So you have all of those moments that I think they like reference and kind of like pay homage to, that will start to feel familiar while watching it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so one thing I love about the show is that it's about second chances. You know, I really love what the show is putting out there. So I want to ask the both of you, do you have any second chances stories that you would love to share to the audience?
Yes, I can start one. And then you can go, Chris, because mine is just like, it's so connected with the show as well. So when I got on So You Think You Can Dance as a contestant, season 4, I got kicked off top 12. And when I got kicked off top 12, I was just so worried that I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm going back to Dallas, Texas. It's over for me. But then they'd possibly be on tour. But then all of a sudden, someone got hurt, unfortunately. But I ended up coming back and then just kind of just having this like new, I guess, attitude and being like, you know what, just no expectations with what happens next. And then I was able to continue on the show and actually made it all the way to top 8. And then from there became like a principal dancer within the tour instead of just the swing. So it just became this thing of me just being able to just keep my head up and not, because I had like a really somber kind of like feeling where I'm like, oh, it's over, like, you know, I'm done. And then after a while I was like, okay, it's my second chance. Let me kind of just like, you know, have no expectations and give it all I got. And then it actually, you know, moved me further up the ladder than I expected. So, and then here I am now being an all-star on the show, and then now being on the show that pays homage to a show that I got kicked off of, I got brought back. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
Hey, you made it. You made
it. Yeah, second chance. Yeah, my second chance was really the one that stands out to me. You know, I feel like there's been a few of them in my life, but the one that stands out to me the most was Step Up to the Streets. So they were holding auditions in Baltimore, my hometown, and I was already living in LA. I was struggling as a dancer. Like I was getting ready. Like I didn't have any money to my name. My bank account was overdrawn. And I missed the auditions in Baltimore. I was thinking, okay, they'll come to LA. And then like, oh, they're not coming to LA to audition dancer. And yeah, I went back. So then they had a second chance. They weren't going to audition in LA, but they were like, we'll go back. We'll audition in Baltimore again because we didn't find what we're looking for yet. So I was like, I took a chance. I overdrew my account more. Like I didn't have any money, but I just overdrew it $137, I remember. And to get like a shady plane ticket that I wasn't supposed, you know, it was like through some guy that like I gave him like a green dot number. He called me with my flight to like 4 hours before I had to be there. Anyways, and I get to Baltimore and audition, and I booked the job. And that's where all like my great friends, collaborators come from, is from Step Up to the Streets. You know, Luigi, B-Boy Luigi, who's on the show now, is one of my best friends and has educated me on breaking over the years. You know, it's really where I fell in love with street dancing, which is why I kind of do a lot of collaborations with those styles today. And you know, and this when I met John Chu, who was like brought me into, who kind of gave me my opportunities as a choreographer. Which really led me to this moment with the LXD. You know, he created the LXD, which is why the dance styles that I have worked with got me this job on the show. So it's really, that second chance is full circle, just like comfort. And here we are.
I so love hearing those stories. And that just really proves that, you know, you work hard enough and you follow your dreams, anything can happen, you know?
Yeah.
And you got to take those second chances because sometimes they'll be staring you right in the face. And you really, if you take them, you'll just be sitting there, oh, I missed that first chance. But you gotta acknowledge those second chances and go for it.
Exactly. Well, I want to thank both of you for coming on, talking to me about this show, The Big Leap. It premieres this coming Monday, correct?
Yes. And if you actually check it out, it's on Hulu, Fox Now on demand if you want to check out the first 2 episodes so you can get hooked. You can get hooked into it.
Exactly. All you people watching right now, you're going to like what she said, you're going to be hooked. You're definitely going to be hooked. Well, thank you both so much again. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming on, watching this interview. And I'm Benny Adams with the Hollywood Junket. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, man. See ya.